The story will be about one village in the Krasnodar territory. I will not say the name, I will only say that it is quite ancient. It was founded back in 1729 and has every reason to be called the House of Witches. I didn't come to this place very often. And on one of my visits, my grandmother in the summer, I was surprised by a strange manifestation of the weather. It was raining everywhere, and in our small area of the village it was dry for more than a week. Everyone laughed at this. The locals said that the witches did not need rain now. At first, I also took it as a joke, but I was surprised that all summer the weather in our village and in neighboring ones was very different, although the distance between them was only a couple of kilometers. It is all the more surprising that when the hail swept over the entire region, it bypassed us. I started asking my grandmother and my friends in this village why no one pays attention to all these oddities. I was told that no one wants to mess with witches because they are here in almost every house, or the incomprehensible diseases of those people who did not like her. In general, everyone was afraid of her and tried once again not to catch her eye. When the time came for her to die, she called her grandmother for a long time, wanted to hold her hand. It is believed that this is how the witch gives her gift. If this is not done, then she dies in terrible agony. Grandmother was then a teenager and did not even want to come close to the dying witch. The screams from the witch's house did not subside for a whole week. She still could not die. The neighbors took pity on her and cut a hole in the roof so that her soul could escape. No one lingers in that house now. The owners change every few years. People who move there are haunted by misfortune. Someone in the family literally drinks too much in a year, or the children become seriously ill. A family living there now talks about the rustling and footsteps they hear at night. As if the old woman walks around the house, shuffling slippers and something tambourine. The priest who came to consecrate this house could not really do anything. The incense in his hands, like the candles, was rotten as soon as he crossed the threshold of the house. Not knowing what to do, people turned to the healer to help exorcise the spirit, the old witch. After a small ceremony, she managed to make the rustling stop. She said that the house should be hung in the corners with wormwood, and once a month you should walk through the house with candles. In this case, it is necessary to speak a certain conspiracy. This must be done throughout the year. After the rite of the sorceress, the family healed normally in this house. All sorts of oddities cease to happen to them, but it's only one house. There are many of them in this village with their secrets. Another unusual incident occurred in old house across from the cemetery. Many generations lived happily here until a series of deaths began. For unclear reasons, 12 people from the last 4 families have passed away. As a result, the house was inherited by the young daughter of the drowned owner. She lived for a long time in the city and did not attach much importance to terrible events, but the death of her relatives reminded her of previous events. The neighbors told the details about the tragedies that had happened, and there was no doubt that the new owner had to do something differently. The same fate threatened. Thankfully, there was a church nearby. The priest was a very good-natured old man and decided to help. For 3 days the house was illuminated, and for 3 days the real devilry was going on. Doors slammed, crockery and mirrors shattered. After the service ended on the 3rd day, everything stopped abruptly, and the evil spirits did not remind of themselves to this day.